Hello, and welcome to Increase Microsoft and Google Suite Knowledge, our fourth module and first lesson offered by BeWell Project. BeWell Project aims to shape the health and care workforce of tomorrow by addressing the need to prepare the health and care workforce for green and digital skills and solutions introduced in the European health and care system to ensure that they can respond to current and future challenges. The fourth lesson is focusing on presenting a medical case or managerial data using Microsoft PowerPoint or Google Slides. My name is Monica Brânzac. I work within the Department of Public Health at Babeș-Bolyai University in Cluj-Napoca, Romania, and we are one of the BeWell project partners. The learning objectives and outcomes targeted of this training is to create a new presentation, to enter, edit, and format text, to create bulleted and/or numbered lists, to add images, shapes, or charts, to print the presentation, to save the presentation via email, to share it, and to collaborate with other team members, and then several tips on how to make an effective and engaging presentation. The EQF level that we are targeting is 5. In this first part, we will discuss about a brief opening that we are doing now, a quick overview on Microsoft PowerPoint and Google Slides, example of benefits for the healthcare staff, and then we will delve deeper into PowerPoint. Now let's get started. All healthcare staff during their professional life have participated in many presentations, either being medical cases of specific pathology or treatment or of a public health issue or scientific conferences. On the other hand, being on the shoes of the presenter as a healthcare professional, it is not easy, considering that in general, there are not many trainings offered for enhancing the communication and presentation skills. Therefore, we hope that this training will bring added value by providing you with the technical skills for creating an effective and engaging medical presentation based on Microsoft PowerPoint and Google Slides. It is to be mentioned that the successful presentation requires, besides an attractive design, some good communication skills for delivering it. Our training module is focusing on the technical skills for designing a presentation, but you should also keep in mind that you should train yourself for being a good communicator. This is a critical component for which will influence the success of your message to the audience, and in my opinion, a training on communication skills should be a mandatory at least for every public health staff. Now an overview on Microsoft PowerPoint and Google Slides. Microsoft PowerPoint is a program used for making graphic presentations, part of the Microsoft 365 package. Microsoft PowerPoint helps you create presentations from scratch or with a template, add text, images, artwork, and videos, add transitions, animations, and cinematic motions. Microsoft PowerPoint, it is available to install either on a particular computer or to be used while being online. Google Slides, on the other hand, it is an online presentation program included as part of the free web-based Google Docs editor suite offered by Google. Google Slides is available as a web application or a mobile app for Android, iOS, and Microsoft Windows phones. The app allows the users to create and edit presentation online while collaborating with other users in real time. Edits are tracked by which user made them, along with a revision history. Where an editor is making changes, it is highlighted with an editor-specific color and cursor. A permission system regulates what users can do. Google Slides is available to users with a Google account, while Microsoft PowerPoint is available to users with a Microsoft license. It is important to mention that Microsoft PowerPoint and Google Slides are compatible tools, and you can import and export files from one tool to the other. Now some examples of usage of Microsoft PowerPoint and Google Slides in the healthcare field. This will allow you a better understanding of the medical information by integrating elements for the illustration of clinical cases. You can use them for educational purposes, for example, for teaching. It allows you to create a professional environment for collaboration and communication in the context of teamwork, and of course, it is a very useful graphic tool in order to better visualize your knowledge and your presentations. Now let's delve deeper into Microsoft PowerPoint. For the very basic functionalities of Microsoft PowerPoint, such as creating a new presentation, choosing a slide format, adding or editing slides, saving a presentation, printing a presentation, we have made a selection of links to useful videos or instructions created by Microsoft especially for beginners. We have added those at the end of this training, so please make sure to check them out. For example, if you would like to explain to your audience how to offer basic live support, you could use Microsoft PowerPoint for preparing your presentation. In order to do so, you will have to proceed according to the following steps. You will have to create a new presentation by opening PowerPoint, as we already done here, and click on either blank presentation or choose one of the themes here. For the purpose of the study, I will do a blank presentation, and I will double click on it and you will open it. Now you can edit and enter text. In order to do that, you want, for example, to enter a text. We will use basic live support. And now we have the title of the presentation. And let's say that you want to change it, you can use the backspace and delete keys to delete the text. And if you have deleted the text by mistake, you can always use the undo function right here on the ribbon. And if you want to format or edit the text, you first have to select it by placing the cursor at the beginning of the text that you want to select, and then pressing the left mouse button and going until the end of the text that you wish to select. And you will see that this ribbon will pop up where you can change the type of text. You can bold it, make it italic or underline it, or select the font type from the drop-down list and the font size. If you want to select more options for your font formatting, in the Home tab you have the font selection, and you have all these options that can either make your text bigger, slower, it can delete the formatting, you can highlight them, change the color, and so on. Or you can select effects as well. Our suggestion for a professional presentation is to limit the type of font and the sizes and the colors that you use. Preferably you will use one font throughout the presentation with maybe 2 colors and with a large enough font so people can read. Let's say that you want to create a bulleted and or numbered list for the content of the presentation. In order to do so, we will first insert a new slide with a title and content. We will say content here, and then we will insert the text. Now the text is inserted, so we can select the text that we want to make a bulleted list, and we will select from the paragraph section a bulleted list, or if we want a numbered list. And now how we can add an image. If we want to add an image, from the insert tab here, you can go and add a picture either from this device, from stock images, or from online pictures. You can add a screenshot or a photo album, or you can even insert a zoom. For the reflection moment, I am kindly asking you to use these steps in order to insert a video in your presentation. As a spoiler alert, I'm saying that you have to use one of the buttons that you have here. Now, let's say that you want to insert a hyperlink. If you want to show your audience during the presentation a YouTube movie or a link to a more detailed course, let's insert a new slide and we will say more courses, link to course number 1. And how can you do that? We will select the text, and we will go to the insert tab once again, and we will go to the link tab. And once you go to the link tab, you can insert here the link that you want to add for that specific text. And then if you will have the link here, you can press OK. In our case, I will go to cancel. Now let's add some shapes. For that, we will insert a new slide, and we will go once again to the insert tab, where we will go to shapes. And from here, we can select everything, and we have many options. But for the purpose of this exercise, we will select a simple one, a star. I will click on it, and then I will drag where I want to insert it and the size of it. And then we have a star here, and we can format it by its color, and its outline, and then the effects, and so on. And if you want to add a chart, we will go once again to the Insert tab, and we will go to Chart here. And we can select either from the recent charts that we have used, from templates that we have created, or from those that are the generic types. And once again, we have multiple options. Of course, in order to have a working chart, you have to have the data for it. And you can either add it here, or you can create it in Microsoft Excel and then import it in Microsoft PowerPoint. And I will click this here, and I will go to OK. And you see that this will appear, and we now have to insert the data. And now let's say that the chart is quite complex and you need a help in explaining it. And for that you want to add speaker notes. In order to add speaker notes, you have here the Notes tab, and now it will appear here. And we can increase the dimension of it and create it large in order for us to see what we're writing. And here you add the information that we need. We are adding speaker notes because slides are great when you don't cram too much information into them. You can place all the useful events and notes here, and then refer to them as you will give your presentation. And we will write here helpful info. And you will see that when you present your presentation, on the screen that you will see, you will have the notes as well, while on the screen that everyone sees, they will have only the slides. So these are great to see only for you. Now we will decrease the dimension of the notes for us to be able to see the slide, and we will print the presentation. In order to print the presentation, we will go once again to the File tab. We click on File tab, and then once again we will go to Print. Now we have the printer selected, and we will go to Settings to make sure that the settings are always what we want. We will select print either all the slides or the current slide or custom range as we did in Microsoft Word, and then we will make sure that the layout is the one that we want, that it's printed either on one side or both sides, those are collated or not, and the color of the images, if you want them to be black and white or in color, and of course how many copies you want from here. And if you are satisfied with all this, you can just select print from here, and everything will print. And of course, because you want to save everything that you are working, you will have to go to Save. Another feature that Microsoft products have is the autosave, which is quite similar to Google Docs, but you have to make sure that that is enabled, because in our case it is not enabled, so nothing has been saved. And if you want to save it manually, we go to Save, we go to check the name, the location, and then we just saved it. Now let's say that you want to resume the work that you have done in the past. And how do you do that? You go to the folder in which you have saved the file, you double click on it, and now it will pop up. You will see that the title that we used here is the title that is here, so we will just fix that typo, and now this will update as well. Now let's say that you want to resume the work that you've started doing in the past. How do you do that? Well, one option is to go in the folder in which you have saved the work and just double click it, and it will pop. Or another option is to go to the File tab and go to Home, and then you will have all the work that you have done recently, and you can find either your presentation there, or you can search it by name. Now we will go back to our presentation, and we will check how we can share it. In order to share it, we go once again to File, and then we go to Share right here, and this pop-up will appear, and you can write in the name, email of the person that you want to send the presentation to, and the message that you want to send it with, or you can also copy the link to it. Now let's talk about presentation support. On the slideshow tab here, you can do either the following: to start from the beginning if you want to start from the first slide, or if you do not want to start from the first slide and you want to start from the slide that you currently are, you're just clicking that option. And if you want to give your presentation to people who are not there, you just can click present online. And that was it for Microsoft PowerPoint. Thank you. Now stay tuned for the second part.